I want you to imagine a time in your life when you were extremely overindulged in dopamine-inducing activities. I want you to imagine a time in your life when maybe you were around 10 years old, and every single day when you would wake up, you would just go on video games. You would indulge yourself in these easy dopamine activities. You'd go on video games straight away. You wouldn't get off for 5 hours, maybe even more. The breakfast you eat was full of sugar. Maybe you're eating those fucking Nesquiks or whatever. Overindulging yourself in sugar. I want you to think about that time in your life. Then I want you to think about what it was actually doing to your head, what it was doing to your mind, what it was doing to your body. Then I want you to think about what it would do to you. How would it affect you if you did those things now? If you are doing those things now, reflect on it. How is it affecting you? Reflect on the choices you make. When you wake up, what do? Do you go straight to video games or do you not? When you wake up, do you eat some sugary ass cereal? Or do you just work out for like 5 minutes? What do? These decisions that we make during our day, especially the dopamine inducing ones, are extremely important. A dopamine detox is designed to help bring your dopamine levels down. The overall goal for this dopamine detox is to reduce the amount of dopamine-inducing activities you have. First of all, dopamine. What is it? Dopamine is just the happy hormone. You get it, it's just like chemical in your body that you get whenever you do something that makes you happy, something that is pleasurable. Easy dopamine activities are stuff like jerking off, playing video games, eating shit food, sugary food specifically. Every time you eat some like cake, you feel really good in that moment. That's the dopamine spike you get. First, you eat that food, and then your dopamine goes up, you're happy. But then, if you know better, you're gonna go below your initial threshold. You're gonna go below your initial happiness level because you know that you could have not ate it, and you would have been happier then. You know that if you didn't eat that cake, your dopamine levels would have been your standard. Instead of going up, thinking you were going to stay here, but then you went down. You wouldn't have done that. It goes the same with everything, not just sugary junk food. It goes the same with video games, jerking off. All of these easy dopamine activities have the exact same effect on you. They just make you seem happy. They make you feel happy. They're pleasurable activities, but only for this short little spike. But then you go below. And then suddenly, when you want to feel as good as this again, as you did during that initial first spike, you're going to have to do something extremely dopamine inducing to get back up here. But then if you do that, you're going to go far below. That's how it works. Let's say we start at 1 and we choose to play video games. We feel that initial spike and we go over to 2 on the dopamine scale. After that, after you stop, you're going to fall to 0. Then next time you choose to do it, you're going to go up to 1. That's your spike. Then you're going to go down to -1. That's the spike. You're going to go continuously downwards. 1, 0, -1, -2. A dopamine detox is designed to change hard tasks into pleasurable activities instead of these easy tasks that are already pleasurable activities. Think about the last time that you did hard work. Think about the last time that you sat down, did homework for like 2 hours straight. How did you feel afterwards? Did you feel like you wasted time? No, not likely. What most likely happened is you felt proud of yourself. You were happy that you actually accomplished this goal of studying for 2 hours, of completing your homework in under 2 hours. That must have felt good. When instead, you could have been, jerking off, playing video games, eating shit food. Around August 2023, I went on an extreme dopamine detox. I removed Instagram from my phone. I started waking up at 5 in the morning and doing hard work as early as I could. I stayed away as hard as I could from video games, and I ate as best as I can. And I can easily say That's the best I've ever felt in my whole life. Waking up at 5 a.m., doing the hard work right then, not eating junk food, not eating shit food, not indulging in easy dopamine activities like jerking off, playing video games. I didn't do those. And that was the best decision. That was the best feeling I've ever gotten. I felt so good. I felt so healthy that I just felt better than everybody. Because why wouldn't I? I was doing hard work more than anybody was. I was eating good, better than anybody was. I wasn't jerking off, unlike most people, and I wasn't playing video games, unlike most people. I decided to do the hard work now and feel better later. That's eat the frog. That's a principle that you have to remember. Eat the frog. You have to do the hard work now and feel better later, instead of feeling good now and doing the hard work later. Let me give you a scenario. If I told you that you could eat a 5-star, 10 out of 10 full course meal, but you had to eat a live frog with it, when would you eat it? If you're in any way smart, you would say you'd eat it first thing. That's the hard thing. If you eat it first thing, then you can just spend the whole rest of the meal washing out the taste, actually enjoying it. But if you decide to eat it last, then you're gonna have to eat your whole meal unhappily, because you know that you're gonna have this disgusting live frog to eat at the end. And why would you do that? Why would you spend this time that could have been enjoyable unhappily because you chose to do the hard work, do the hard thing at the end? When instead, you could have done the hard thing now and felt good about it later. You could have ate the frog now and then enjoyed the rest of the food after. Why would you ever choose to do the hard work later? I know why. Lack of discipline, lack of motivation, and lack of goals. These 3 things, they can help you immensely. But if you don't do them, if you don't have them in your life, then they can bring you far down. Let's take homework, for example. First of all, before you actually do the homework, you have to train yourself a bit to start doing homework. Maybe at first, you start by doing 10 minutes of homework. The next day, you start by doing 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, then an hour. Every single day, you're going to increase the time by 10 minutes. This is increasing your discipline. You're increasing your threshold for discipline, increasing how disciplined you can actually get. You do this by 1, increasing the time limit of how much you can do hard tasks, and 2, by actually doing hard tasks. You don't increase your discipline by eating sugary foods. That doesn't make sense. You increase your discipline by doing hard work, maybe stuff that you don't enjoy, but you know that's good for you. Stuff like doing homework, working out, or maybe working on a business. These are all hard things. Maybe you don't enjoy now, but you know that they have to be done, and you know that they make you feel better after you complete them. This is discipline. Discipline is doing the hard work now so that you feel better later. Number 2, motivation. You don't have any motivation. Think about it like this. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you go to the gym? To look good, right? Why do you eat healthy? To feel good. Why do you have a business? To make money. Why do you want to make money? Because you want to live freely. You want to live without care. That's your motivation. Your motivation is being healthy and providing for the people around you. What if you didn't have those? You'd just be wandering around. Oh yes, I'll go with the flow today. If you go with the flow and not have any discipline and motivation, how the hell is your day gonna look like? One day it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do some super hard work. Next day, I don't feel like it. Mix discipline and motivation, and instead of going like this, like that, you'll go like this. Slowly, maybe exponentially, instead of just radically, where it doesn't make sense. Number 3, you need goals. What do you want to hit? For a business, let's say you want to hit $1,000 a month in the next half year. That's a good goal, and it's achievable. What if you didn't have that? You have no timeline. You have no end goal that you measure by. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit $1,000 a month whenever. Doesn't matter when, I'll hit it eventually. That's really stupid, because for all we know, you could hit it in half a year, 2 years, and even longer. You want it to take 3 years for you to hit $1,000 a month? No, obviously not. You need a goal to strive for. Think about it. Everything that you do in your life, there's a natural goal. Why do you go to school? Because you have that end goal of graduating. Why did you want to do good on this test? Because you want that end goal of achieving a really good mark at the end of the class, at the end of the semester, right? There's always a natural goal towards things, but there's always another goal that you can add on to it. Maybe in math class, for example, you need a minimum of 70%. Random scenario, doesn't make sense. Let's say you need a minimum of 70% in a math class. That's a natural goal. You have to strive to get that 70% minimum. But your personal goal that you made up could be above that. You want an 85, 90%. That's what you're going to strive for. You don't want to be like the people behind you. You want to be above them. Goals are what sets you apart from the rest of the people. When you go in a race, what's your end goal? To win. You're not going to go in a race and expect to, today I feel like losing. No. You go in a race, hell yeah, I'm going to win. I'm going to win today. You don't go in a race expecting to lose. You don't go in a race saying, I'm going to lose today. No, you go in a race saying, I will win today. I'm going to win today. I have to win today. Winning is my goal today. That should be your goal. Believe it or not, but a dopamine detox actually does improve your productivity. Really think about it. When you're working, let's say you're in a deep work session and you're working on homework. And then suddenly you hear some sound, some notification goes off in your room. You're gonna want to check it. Maybe your phone's on the edge of your desk and you see it like flash. What was that? What was that notification? Who texted you? What was that? Was that Tinder? Was that Instagram? Was that Twitter? Was that fucking Pornhub? Who texted me? What was that notification? And ever since that notification went off, your attention is going to be split in two. One is going to be wondering what that notification was, and one is going to be partially focused on the task you set out for yourself. In this case, it was homework. So now instead of being 100% focused on your homework, how it should be, now you're doing 50% less than you could. Instead of completing the homework in, let's say, an hour, you complete it in an hour and a half, 2 hours. All because of that little notification that set off your mind, that set off your dopamine receptors. Oh my god, what was that notification? A good way to get rid of this distraction, take your phone, pull down the bar, turn off notifications, turn off the sound, throw it on your bed, throw it out of your peripheral vision, or if you want to go the extreme route, if you want to do even better, take it, put it in another room. That's the best way to do it. And if you're out in public, let's say, and you want to be totally immersed, totally present in whatever you're doing, like maybe you're hanging out with a couple of friends. If you want to be immersed, but you still want to have your phone on, you don't necessarily have to turn off your notifications. You can go the extreme route and go on airplane mode. Because then you're not going to get shit, are you? You don't have internet, you don't have Bluetooth, nothing. It's just you, your presence, and the whatever you're doing around you. Maybe your friends, maybe the task that you set out for yourself. That's the best way to do it. Just turn on airplane mode. Easy. No Wi-Fi, no notifications, no distraction. No distraction. Now I want you to think about your sugar. Do you think that you perform better when you have a high blood sugar? Do you think that you perform better when one day, let's say, you eat only sugar, and another day, let's say, you eat like just a normal diet, meat, vegetables? What day do you think you're going to perform better? If you said the first one, You're pretty stupid, frankly. If you said the second one, it's obviously the right answer. Sugar is bad for you. You have to drill that inside of your mind. Sugar is bad for you. What benefits does it have? Oh yeah, it makes you feel happy for a second. Oh, and then you go down. You get that little spike in dopamine. Yay, good. Why would you want that? Yeah, sure, I understand if it's like a all for nothing situation, where it's like, oh yeah, I have to do this right now, I have to win this. Yeah, sure, there can be exceptions. Maybe you're at a party, maybe you're socializing, maybe you're at your like little cousin's birthday and they offer you a piece of cake. Eat that shit. Don't refuse a little cake from your like little cousin. Damn, what the fuck? If you do that, then it's like, ew. Ew. Don't do that. Now I want you to think about jerking off, aka porn, and video games. I'm gonna put these two in the same category because they both have to do with electronics and screens and like interactive shit. I want you to think about a day when you used to play video games for more than 6 hours a day. Do you think that you were productive? No. I guarantee you that if you used to play more than 6 hours a day, then I guarantee you used to jerk off like once or twice or even more times that day. I remember times in my life I used to play video games. I used to be like fucking heavy into video games. And since I was so heavily unmotivated because all I would do is play video games, all I would do is play fucking Black Ops 3. Since that's all I would do, what else is there? What else better is there than to jerk off? That's the mindset nowadays. It's stupid. Oh, I'm bad, so I might as well be worse. There's no harm in it, right? No, that's stupid. If you catch yourself being bad per se, playing video games, eating junk food, jerking off, why would you go even further? Why would you indulge in it even more? If you catch yourself being bad, then there is a negative reaction if you keep indulging in it. But there is an extreme positive reaction if you stop it right there. Think about it. You're playing video games, let's say. You're overindulging in your dopamine, and then suddenly you have mental clarity. Wait a minute. What the fuck am I doing? I've been playing video games for the last 3 hours. Throw your fucking controller out the window. Boom. Instant spike in motivation. Now, get to work. Or, take the easy path. Oh, what have I been doing? Playing video games for the past 3 hours? It's alright. What's another 5? It's okay. What's another 3 hours on Pornhub? There is a negative reaction if you continue to indulge in shit. If you catch yourself doing it. If you consciously catch yourself doing it. And believe it or not, a dopamine detox actually does improve your mental clarity and your sleep. I want you to imagine a scenario. Imagine it's late at night. Let's say it's 12 a.m. and you're on your phone. You're on Instagram, you're scrolling. What do you see? Ass. Fucking 90% naked chicks. What do you see? Death. Random fucking clips of people dying. That's all you see nowadays, right? How the hell are you gonna sleep after that? You're gonna be thinking about, oh my god, that girl was so pretty, I wish I was having sex with her, and then you're gonna start jerking off. Another 2 hours wasted. And then you're not even gonna be able to sleep properly after that because maybe you know that you have to wake up at 9 a.m. That's what, like 6 hours of sleep? And also, your bed is gonna be all like fucking sweaty. You're fucking cum sweat. Ew. That's disgusting. So not only have you just been indulging in fucking dopamine activities for the past like what, 3 hours? But you also jerked off for another 2. You sweat in your bed like a filthy fucking rat. And you also lost a shit ton of sleep. How the hell are you gonna be productive the next day when you're on 6 hours of sleep? You think someone that's on 6 hours of sleep or less can compete with someone that's on the ordinary 8 hours? No, they can't. If you don't get your 8 hours of sleep, then you're falling behind. It's just a human need for 8 hours of sleep. 8 hours of sleep should be your minimum. You shouldn't be up at 1 a.m. fucking on Instagram scrolling, inducing in these dopamine activities. Indulging in these dopamine inducing activities. I can imagine a scenario where there's like a 12-year-old kid right now jerking off at 1 a.m. and then immediately hops on Fortnite. Oh my god. I remember when I was in middle school, elementary, and early high school, I used to know people that woke up before school started at 6:30 a.m. even though they went to sleep at like 12 or 1. They woke up that early just to hop on Fortnite and check out the new season, check out the item shop. Wow. What the fuck? We were like, what, 13 years old back then? And this is the type of shit they're doing? They're waking up early just to play Fortnite? What? That's stupid. You think that person was productive the next day? No. Not in any world, especially not ours. They were never productive that way. Not only were they indulging in dopamine the night before, but they also slept 6 hours and woke up and immediately indulged in dopamine-inducing activities. What kind of life is that? Dopamine sleep, dopamine sleep, dopamine sleep, dopamine sleep, dopamine sleep, dopamine sleep. What kind of life is that? No discipline, no motivation, no goals, depression, sadness. That's the life most people live nowadays, right? That's probably the life that you live. It's the life that I used to live. I used to wake up, fucking eat my sugary ass cereal, go to school, spend all school day on Instagram, not pay attention, come back, play video games for like 5 hours a day, go to sleep at like 11, I fell asleep on my phone, and then wake up, do the same thing over and over again. And I used to jerk off like, what, 2 times a day? What the fuck? Ugh, disgusting. Do you think that anybody that does these dopamine-inducing activities, these bad habits, do you think that they're happy? No, obviously not. They're all sad, they're all angry. Their mood spikes like that. They're not happy. A dopamine detox, if you do decide to go on, you will notice that your mood will start to regulate. Your mood, in fact, will start to become happier. Instead of being down here with all the negative emotions, jealousy, anger, no, you're going to be up here. Pride, happiness. You're going to be proud of what you've become. You're going to be proud that you're doing the hard work. You're going to be proud that you're not indulging in dopamine-inducing activities. You're going to be happy that you're improving. You're going to be happy that you're making progress. You'll be happy with yourself. Once you go on a dopamine detox, you will start to become happy, even though that isn't the end goal. The end goal of a dopamine detox is to make progress. And a good indication on whether you're making progress or not is how happy you are. How happy are you? Do you wake up feeling excited to start the day? Do you wake up feeling, yeah, I'm gonna get the work done. I'm so fucking excited. I'm gonna get the work done. I'll be happy, I'm motivated to do this work. Or do you wake up, fuck, I have to wake up again? Ugh. And then immediately jerk off. Is that you? If it is, you really need a dopamine detox. Bad. You need one. You need it to save your life. Or else who the hell are you gonna become? Some bum living in a trailer home? With a bunch of fucking drug addicts? Do you wanna do that? Or do you wanna escape that life? A dopamine detox also helps your self-control. Let's say you've been on a dopamine detox for the past 2 months. Not a long time, but still enough time to make decent progress. You haven't maybe eaten sugar, haven't played video games, let's stick with that. You haven't played video games in 2 months. The next time someone offers you, yo, let's play Fortnite, you know better. You know you're gonna refuse. You're gonna be like, no thanks, bro. That's all. I don't play games anymore. If someone asks you to indulge in some dopamine-inducing activity, instead of saying, oh no, I'm trying to quit, say, no, I quit. I don't do it anymore. Because if you say the first option, they're gonna keep nagging you. Yo, come on, do it, come on, drink alcohol, play video games with us. You don't want that. because they know that you're trying to quit, so you're an easier target for them. Maybe they don't do it intentionally, it's just a natural thing. You see someone doing something and they say they're trying to quit, you will naturally go for them because they're an easier target than the person that actually quit, right? Even though you might not be fully quit yet, just say it. I quit. I quit video games. I quit alcohol. I quit sugar. I quit jerking off. Say you quit it, and eventually you will quit it for good. Now let's talk about the actual habits that you have to incorporate in your dopamine detox. First of all, I want you to make a list. Write down a list of bad habits that you do currently. I'll say some of them out for you and just check them off if you have them. Video games, junk food, jerking off, no socializing, poor sleep schedule. There you go. You got 5 right there. If you have any of those, write them down. Make this your bad habit list. Then make another list. Call this the good habits. Meditation, journaling, deep work, nature, and socializing. I'm going to go through them each one by one. Meditation is extremely important for you. I want you to think of a scenario. You walk across someone and you don't know that they meditate, but you can kind of sense it. Whenever you talk to them, they're present. They have no thoughts on their mind. They're only focused on you and only you. If a car passes by, it doesn't matter. They're still in the conversation. They're still present with you. Maybe they even ask some questions, but they're fully engaged in this conversation that you two are having. Then I want you to imagine a scenario where you just walk by a normal person and maybe you're having a conversation with a couple of people. You want to say something, you want to show something on your phone, and maybe you're halfway through showing it. Maybe it's like a video on your phone. You're halfway through showing it, and then someone just says, "Oh, look at mine," and then everybody looks at that guy. Who do you want to hang out with more? You want to hang out with a person that's actually caring about you, caring about the conversation that's like bonding you to, the person that's actually present, or the dickheads that are not even focused on you because they're focused on like thinking about some random bullshit. Oh, I want to fuck this girl. I want to eat sugar. Oh, I can't wait to play video games when I get home. I remember early high school, middle school, most of my friends were like that. I'd want to say something, immediately interrupt me because they had something better to say. I want to say, oh yeah, I found this cool video game to play. And then they're like, oh yeah, whatever. We were having a small conversation. And then another guy yells out, oh my god, I found a cool video game to play, guys. Or maybe, oh my god, guys, this food is so good. Random bullshit that doesn't even matter because I was having a conversation and they interrupted me like dickheads. Are those the type of people that you want to hang around? No, obviously not. Those are the people that you want to stay away from. They're horrible, horrible people. Now let's talk about journaling. Journaling is, in my opinion, on the same level or even just a little bit below meditation. What I recommend is at the end of the day, get a notebook like this one and a pen and just write. Write whatever's on your mind. Write whatever happened that day. Oh, this girl talked to me today and we had a nice pleasant conversation. It was nice. It was the first time I talked to a girl in a while. I was actually social. This is a sign of improvement. That's the type of shit that you can talk about in your journal. And you can also talk about, what I like to do is like philosophical topics. Like, why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I going to the gym? Why am I socializing more now? These are the passages that matter. They ask you, or you ask yourself, these deep personal questions that get you to think about your personality, your mindset a bit more. Why am I doing this? Because I have to. Why am I doing this business? Why am I trying to get to 10K a month? Because I have to. I want to provide for my family. I want to save myself from this generation of dicks. That should be what you're journaling about. Stuff that you care about. Stuff that maybe happened. Your thoughts of the day. Think about Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. He didn't mean for that book to be published. No, it was just his thoughts on whatever was going on in his life at the time, right? That should be what you're doing. Maybe or maybe not, you can turn it in a book if you want. Although I doubt you would ever want to do that because this is your personal thoughts on everything. Although you have to think about it like that. It's just your personal thoughts. Let it all out. Spill the beans. That's what you have to do. And I highly, highly recommend it. Now, hard work. Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to get to where you want to be? Let's say you have a goal, like I mentioned earlier. Let's say you have a goal of hitting $1,000 a month by the half year, by June. Why do you want to do that? Let's say it's because, I want to start providing for myself more. I don't want to rely on other people. Good. How do you want to get there? Do you plan on doing 1 hour of meaningful work every day? Or do you actually plan on doing hard work, hard, deep, meaningful work every day? Do you plan on sitting down for 5 hours straight, or maybe recording a video, writing scripts, editing videos, working on your business? Do you plan on doing that for 5 hours a day? Working on your goals, working on smashing your goals, and eventually achieving what you want to achieve. Is that what you're doing? That's what hard work is. Hard work, or deep work as I like to call it, is one of the biggest keys to success. How do you think Hamza got to where he is today? He told a story about when in early to mid 2023, he would spend every single day the same. Wake up at 3:30, do like 5 hours of meaningful work, then hit a quick 40-minute workout, immediately back to work. Then he'd maybe read a book for 3 hours. That's still the grind. That's still deep, meaningful work. Go to sleep at 6. That's the cycle. That's deep, meaningful work. Extremely important work. That's the shit that'll get you ahead. That's the shit that'll set you apart from everybody else. Deep work. The fourth thing, nature. Nature is more of a spiritual aspect of the dopamine detox, but it's non-negotiable. You do have to do this. Once a week, go out in nature. Find a local park and go there once a week. Spend at least 2 hours that day just walking. No earphones, no phone, no technology. Just you, yourself, and nature. Walk around and just witness nature. Witness life. Feel the heat from the sun. Feel how happy you are. You know what nature does? Nature grounds us. The way I see it in nature, spending time in nature is a form of meditation. Why? Because this is where our ancestors were for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. This is where they thrived. It's our natural habitat, not some fucking box. Not where we have a fan, a monitor, a camera. No, it's out there hunting. That's our natural habitat, isn't it? That's where we're meant to belong. Spending time in nature, at least 2 hours a week, maybe just 2 hours a day, once a week, can be extremely beneficial to your life. It grounds you, and most importantly, it makes you grateful. It makes you grateful that you're alive. It makes you grateful that you came from this place. It makes you grateful that you are here on Earth today. Did you know that there's a 1 in 400 trillion chance of you being alive today? Have you ever thought about that? Thought about all your ancestors, how many kids they could have had, the kids that they did have, and so on and so forth, until you got to you. What are the chances that you're alive? 1 in 4 trillion. You should be grateful to everything that got you here today. If you're ungrateful that you're alive, you're a bitch. You don't deserve to be alive. That's one thing that everybody can be grateful for. Doesn't matter where you are in life. Doesn't matter if you're in a shithole. You are alive. Be grateful for it. You are alive here on Earth. Most people that could have lived didn't. You took their spot. Be grateful for that. Fucking hell. I see so many people nowadays being so ungrateful of everything. I remember back in late 2010s, I seen these videos on the internet, and these spoiled fucking white brats got cars for their birthdays, and they were like, no, I wanted this other car. I hope they were joking, but if they weren't, fucking hell, they deserve to be beat. Honestly, someone deserves to punch them. Frankly. If you're not grateful for something like that, if you're not grateful for even the biggest things in life, then who are you to say whether you deserve something or not? Nowadays, I wake up most mornings and I go to school on my bus stop, right? It takes me like 7 minutes to walk there, and every single day, I see the sunrise in the distance. And I walk for maybe 5 seconds with my eyes closed, and I just feel the heat on my skin. And I tell myself, I'm grateful for the sun today. I'm grateful that I get to experience another sunrise. I'm grateful that the sun is here to keep me alive. Without the sun, we wouldn't be here. I do this every single day now, it's just a habit. Although now, ever since I started meditating, ever since I started going out in nature, gratefulness has just been something else for me. It's been pretty natural. I go around school now and I just think, shit, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this pencil. I'm grateful that my friend gave me his pencil because I forgot mine at home today because I was stupid. I'm grateful that he gave me it. Thank you. That's what nature does. Makes you grateful. And if you're not grateful, you don't deserve it. And the last task that you need to do, that is a non-negotiable task during your dopamine detox, socialize. On the weekend, let's say you just spend 2 hours in nature, maybe spend another 2 hours, or during that other 2 hours in nature, socializing. Go out with friends, talk to someone. If you're socially awkward, set a goal to speak to 2 new girls every single day. That's reasonable. Push yourself. That's how you grow, isn't it? In football, how do you expect to grow when you don't try new things? How do you expect to grow when you don't do hard work? When you don't push yourself to the limits? When you don't push your limits? How do you expect to grow? You can't. Same thing with socializing. You can't expect to be this like fucking crazy, famous, hyper social guy, hyper social millionaire, when for the past 5 years you've been neglecting your social life. You've been neglecting how you speak. You've been neglecting how you look. When, sure, you might be a millionaire, sure, you might have friends who are actually just there just to suck up on you, but actually, you don't know how to talk to girls, you don't know how to speak properly, you don't know how to open your mouth. You're socially awkward. You have to train it. Think of it as a video game. Think of every single stage of the dopamine detox as a video game. You can train it like Skyrim, right? There are, 20 skill trees in that game. You can train every single one of them. But if you don't focus on a specific couple, you won't ever master them because there's a level cap in that game or something. And that's how it is with the dopamine detox. You can't focus on a bunch of different shit like, oh yeah, for my dopamine detox, I'm gonna learn how to carpet. And I'm also gonna learn coding. No, you can't do that. Every single stage of the dopamine detox can be improved like a skill because it is a skill. And if you don't see it like that, you should start doing it. First of all, it makes it fun, which makes it easier. And second of all, if you treat it as a skill, it's just much easier to track. Because if you treat it as a skill, I'll use the Skyrim example again, you can have these like stages. You can track your progress much easier. Like, oh yes, for socializing. Today I talked to 2 girls. Cool, level up. Next day, I'll talk to 2 girls. Next day, 2 girls. Another level up. That's how it works. Treat it like a skill, and eventually you'll start to see that, yes, you actually are leveling up in that certain skill. And that's extremely important. Start treating it as a skill. Something important to note is that those final 2 activities, just spending time in nature and socialization, they are dopamine inducing activities, but not as much as video games, not as much as sugar shit, not as much as jerking off. No, they are dopamine inducing, but they're also good for you, right? It's like you get this kick out of it. In nature, you start to feel really good. Hell yeah, I'm in nature. Fuck it. That's dopamine inducing. You feel happy, but it's also good for you. You have all these positives, you have all these benefits, especially to socializing. Although with socializing you have to be careful, like, don't fucking go drinking every week. Because that's not socializing, that's just binge drinking. Don't do that. Have limits. I think the best advice that I could give you throughout this whole dopamine detox journey that you're gonna go on is to take it slow at first. Take it slow and let it grow exponentially. Let your progress grow. Start off by, I'll use the socializing. Start off by talking to one girl for 1 week. Talking to one girl every single day for 1 week. Then the next week, start off with 2. Do that for a couple weeks, start off with 3 after a couple more weeks. That's how you do it. That is how you grow. Do a dopamine detox. It'll save your life.